Many people, when they see custom builder out front, are intimidated, confused, and don't know about the entire process. So what we're going to do is try to educate you a little bit. We build a relationship, and we go from there. America's Home Place started in 1972 by a gentleman by the name of Barry Connor. He is still the sole owner of the company. It's a privately held company. He still works every single day, and he's still as sharp as ever. He actually, every home that's designed, including the custom homes that we do, go on his wall so that he can lay out the furniture in every house that we design, which is a pretty amazing treat to have from the owner of the company. So we have plans come back and everything's laid out, and sometimes we go back to the customer and say, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? The company operates an on-your-lot building model. So we work with customers who already have their own land, and those that don't have their own land, we refer you to realtors. The process can be very complicated for people that want to do it on their own, so we try to make it simple, and that's the whole crux behind what we do. A lot of people have expressed a desire to build homes on their own after they leave here, and we want to show them what's involved with the process. And this was a great system that was developed by our management team, and it's basically four trains on 4 tracks, and each of these is a train station, and it tells you what's going on in each of the individual trains. Each customer has to be responsible for each one of these lines. We take care of that for you. We're reminding you what to do, whether it be your mortgage, whether it be getting your land staked out. And we do the majority of these items with your help. Amanda gives you homework to do, and she gives you deadlines to get it done by. But this is just to show you that when we tell you we're a one-stop shop, the purpose is so that you understand that we're a one-stop shop. What makes us different from everyone else is that we do this entire process with you involved, as opposed to going out and buying a house or buying a house from a community builder. The idea is to involve you in the process all the way through.
My name is Carletha Frazier Singleton. I am a licensed real estate broker in the state of South Carolina and Georgia. I've been in real estate for a little over 13 years, and I help people just like you who are looking to either build or buy homes. Easy enough? Okay. So tonight we're going to talk about building on your own or buying land, and you want to build. So you don't have land, so you come in, you say, I really like this floor plan, but I want to go out and I want to purchase land. That's where your agent comes in and helps you with the process of locating your land. So you want to make sure that whatever area that you are looking for satisfies your lifestyle, whatever that may be, whether it's equestrian, whether it's golf, whether you want to be in a rural area where you don't want your neighbors, right on you. So you have to take all of that into consideration. In addition to that, schools are important, right? So for some people, schools are important. So you want to make sure that the piece of land that you're looking at that you may have fallen in love with is actually within that school zone. It's near the malls and shopping centers that you may want to be. Sometimes I get calls and people say, well, I only want to be 20 minutes away. So all factors that you have to play into when you're looking for your land. Another thing that is really important is knowing the zoning regulations. What's allowed on that property? People may look at a piece of property and say, I really like that. That's where I want to build my dream home. But it's not zoned for you to actually build your dream home. So those are things that you have to take into consideration as well, and your realtor can help you with that. Another thing that you should also keep into consideration is if you locate a piece of property within a neighborhood or outside of a neighborhood, know about some of the things that may be coming up in that area. Okay? So something that you may not want to be near may end up 2-3 years from now popping up, and now you've built your dream home a few blocks away from something that you don't want to be near. So another thing to take into consideration when buying property is it already cleared? Are there trees there? What needs to be done? and have you allowed for site preparations. That's something to also take into consideration. So let's say, for instance, you're looking to build and $280,000, let's just throw that out there, is your magic number. Well, out of that $280,000, you have to buy your land, build your home, and possibly clear off the lot. So you want to make sure that what you're looking for is feasible for your purchase. Another thing is to make sure that utilities are available. We get people that come out, case in point, I had a guy who just recently reached out to me, and he said, okay, I have this, we want to sell it, and I want to buy like 200 acres. Okay, dude, where are we going to find 200 acres? One, and are we going to be able to get water or sewer, electric, gas, all of those things that you're going to need to that property? So once we've located your property, you've done all your homework and everything else, now it's time that we go to contract.
I'm here to make y'all uncomfortable because we're going to talk about money, and that's where everybody comes in with their dreams, and they're all happy about building a house, and then they start talking about finance, and everybody's like, We're going to make that easy. First off, I want to say thanks to America's Home Place. They're one of the, we love working with them. They're a preferred builder of ours. We do a lot of business with them. They really do make the process very simple. It's very streamlined. They've built a really good machine here, and that part shouldn't be a big of a headache. The financing shouldn't be a big headache either. And that's where other lenders are going to come in, but as far as first signature lending goes, we're very much an assembly line like that in the process. When it comes to the land purchases, we can help purchase the lot as part of the whole transaction for you, make that all one piece. We can also, if you own your lot, potentially that could be part of your down payment. That could go towards the home, help you allow to build more home with less money down. And we do that. It's not, a lot of times when people come to construction, home building, all of that, they tend to think of it as a really complicated process. And to be honest, it's really not much different than just purchasing a house that already exists. Especially with the products and the way I know my company does things, everything we do is what they call a single close. So we close one time. There's your construction loan that we close to go ahead and help get the construction started and do the building process. And we also close what will be your permanent loan once the construction phase is done and it transfers over. So we make that all one process. That we find that makes the whole lending process a less riskier for you guys. It also allows for you to save more money in the process of doing it, but it also streamlines the whole process as well. Especially today, where inventory of homes that are out there is very little. We work with a lot of realtor groups. I can tell you, I'm in Athens. There's 800 realtors. There's 400 listings. You do the math. So a lot of people are looking to build now, and the process really isn't much different. In what we do as far as specialty programs and different things like that, we are the only nationally approved USDA guaranteed construction to perm lender. It's 100% financing. So it's a USDA product. But what we can do with that is, if you're building in a USDA eligible area and you meet the requirements, potentially you could go to closing and have no money down at all, and walk into a house brand new built for you, and your first payment comes out a month after you've been living there. We do 100% financing on VA, and I've been told that's a unicorn from this office that we offer. It's also a product that we do really well. You know, we have opportunities to be able to help you guys get into a home. Our goal is to make that part as easy as possible. Also to get you the most house for your money that we can. So we are going to work with the we'll work with the builder. We'll do everything through the process to help get you where you need to be till those keys are handed in your hands. Okay. Outside of typical, I mean, I know he told you to hold questions, but I know with the lending part of it, there can be a little bit more with the money. As far as any of you go, what kind of questions or what kind of things have you guys heard, ran into? I'd like to be able to.
Josh, if you could pretend this couple comes in. I'm sorry, you have a question?
Yes.
Yes.
So tell me about some of your programs, the down payments versus 'cause a lot of different places ask for 10 and 20%
There you go.
down,
That's perfect.
and they also ask for going to pre-approval.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they might go through a lender, a builder and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they try to put everything in one big thing. Some places do 1 and 2 closing.
Typically, most lenders do a 2-time close. That means that they'll close your construction loan, and then when the house is built 4 to 6 months later, they'll have to do a new loan process, okay? So that means you'll have to requalify, the house will have to reappraise. There's a lot of factors that can make that a risky option for the builder, for yourselves. That's an advantage of a single close. Now, when I say it's really not much different than purchasing an existing home with our company in the lending process, it's because we do the same guidelines as if you were purchasing for the most part. A conventional loan, yes, they may ask for 10, 20%. In certain cases, we all have a 5% down. As far as FHA goes, we do the 3.5% that required, just like you would on a normal purchase. I already told you the VA and the USDA, we do 100%. As far as communication goes, you guys are dealing with our loan advisors and our corporate office, and they're the ones that are going to keep all of your information. This is a very heavily regulated industry. If you haven't noticed, the CFPB, for real, okay? They will spank you if you don't follow the rules. So one of the biggest things you'll deal with us, and even our website portals, everything that we do, even the email communications that we send to you guys is through encrypted portals. So we protect all of your information. It's a very digital age now. We do a lot of electronic signature docs. We do a lot of things like that, so it's a lot more convenient in the process, but it is all protected in that regard. There's nothing between your personal information outside of how much house you can build that the builder is going to have access to. Everything in that regard is between your loan advisor and you. The builder and us, what we communicate is where you guys, what your budget range is, what we're doing with your lot with the realtors, how we handle the purchase transaction. None of that would be different than if you were purchasing a regular home, okay? As far as the USDA product goes, it's a great product. And a lot of this area around here is, let's say there's more land is USDA eligible than ineligible, okay? And the thing with that is it's rural development. So the whole purpose of that is they can start building in other areas that go out there. Well, the USDA basically said, hey, most people think of USDA loans and realtors and things as like some 1950s farmhouse that's fallen down and they got, something growing out of the gutters and everything like that. But we're trying to dissuade that because we are building brand new homes. And we have quite a few that we do with America's Home Place because the USDA said, hey, if we're going to carry the risk of insuring all these homes, new construction is where we'd rather put all the eggs in one basket if we can. So the USDA product allows you guys to build I'd say our average USDA home is about $242,000. So we build really nice homes. We've done as large as $353,000. There are income requirements. That's something we can get more into on another level. But as far as the product itself, potentially you could come to closing with nothing down. You guys come in here. We had him go online. You've been online. Takes about 5-10 minutes to fill everything out. Real simple. What that does is that notifies our loan advisors. You're online. You're getting started. As soon as you're finished, we get notified. You get called within a few minutes. We'll be able to tell you sometimes why you're still in here, how much you qualify for, get you your pre-qualification letter, make sure the salesperson knows exactly what you guys can build to, allows you guys to narrow down your home shopping, and allow you to start picking your plans. From that point, there'll be documentation we'll need to gather up from the loan side. We'll start to work, we'll communicate with your builder, so we'll get your build plans, we'll get everything you're doing as far as that. Once we get in the process, it'll be no different than any other loan. Once we have an initial approval, we'll know what we need to get from you guys. Real simple things like that. We'll communicate with the builder what we need from them. When we walk to closing, everything is done. Your construction loan's done. Your permanent loan is done. You guys get to sit back while very capable builders build your home. You don't have to worry about financing and redoing everything like that. Once the modification process, once they get done, we find out the house is ready. They hand you the keys. It modifies to your permanent loan. Whatever's not used in the build reduces from your principal loan, goes right out. So it's a very seamless transaction. It's something that we do very well. Typically, once we have a full application and once you guys are at the appraisal portion of getting started, we're 30 days or less on our loans.
All right, hello, I'm Amanda, and I'm the building and design consultant for America's Home Place, and I've been in building and design for about 17 years now. So I have been every part of it. I have laid sheetrock, I have painted, I have hung curtains, I've done it all. So I am, like I said, kind of the fun part. So my job is to hold your hand through the process, because this process is a journey and we want it to be fun. So my job is to make sure that I funnel all the information from what you're looking to purchase, what you can, how you're going to use your house. As, you know, we know what you're going to be able to spend. So I don't know if any of you guys have been on our website yet, but we have a very interactive website. There's tons of photos. We have offices in 12 states. I know some of them are scrolling through here. But let's say you want to say, I want to see what fireplaces America's Home Place has done. Just type in fireplace and hundreds of pictures come up. We are building, 900 houses a year. We're currently building 7 in this area. So, you know, we're constantly on the move, and this is a really awesome company to work for, a very positive company to work for, and it's all about just being happy. So this is a really, I know they say, what is it, getting married, having children, and building a house are the 3 most important things in your life. So I'm just happy to get to be on the journey with you. So one of the first things when you come in, you know, you can come in at any stage. I'm happy to talk to you. If you don't have land, if you don't have pre-qualification, we can talk then. But typically, if we know what we're spending, it's a little bit easier to be able to figure out which house plan it is that you might live with. We have over 100 plans, and they're all completely customizable. So we've got an example here. This is the South Fork plan. This is just one example of a plan that we have. So this customer selected the South Fork home, and then they wanted to make a few changes. That's one of the really awesome, unique parts about America's Home Place is we have the ability to make red line changes, and we have our own drafting department. So some people think, well, I don't know how to build a house. I don't know any architects. I don't know what to do. So you come here, and I will help you. We will sit down, and we will say, oh, you know what? I need a handicap ramp, or I have an awesome piece of furniture that my grandmother gave me, and it's not going to fit on that porch. Can we extend that 4 feet? So we're going to go through all those details, and we're going to price the house out for you and make sure that the details of what you get are what you want. Because form and function are both very important in design. It can look pretty but not work well, or it can work well but not look pretty. So my job is to make sure those 2 pieces go together. So this is just one sample of a plan. So now once we've decided to commit to a plan, and you know, we've made those red lines, the next thing that we would do is you would put down a small deposit with us, and then that would just move us forward in the process. We have Brad that would actually come out to your property, and we would, you know, talk about where we want the house, how long we want the driveway, all that kind of stuff. I didn't want to talk too much, so I was actually editing myself here. Our showroom is a great example of the selections that you'll be able to choose from. We have amazing standard features, 9-foot ceilings, granite countertops, stainless cabinets. I used to be exclusively a kitchen and bath designer. So when I came to America's Home Place and I saw the full extension glide drawers and the soft close doors, I said, these are the things I'm putting in these several $1-million homes. You know, these aren't the things I'm used to putting in $200,000 homes. This is awesome. You know, this is a great company, happy company, and great features. So you're going to be proud of the house you end up with. What we're going to do in the process of our meetings here is we're going to build your home on paper. So like they said, we're going to handle you, we're going to take care of you the whole time. We're going to sit down with me, and we're going to make sure that we've picked out the exact paint color you want, the exact faucet you want. You know, we've added on that 4-foot for grandma's, you know, couch, and we might have even drawn it in to make sure that you know that you have the clearance that you need. So I'm going to handle all that with you so that you feel comfortable, and then we have a final set of drawings. It's going to be the architectural plans that we're going to build your house on. So when you guys have a snack tonight, we're actually going to be in one of the selection centers, so feel free to look around, ask me questions. Our houses come with hardwood floors, they come with carpet, they come with tile. You can select windows, you can select doors. There's a lot to choose from. And that can be overwhelming. It can also be really fun. I know you said your favorite show is HGTV. I've done it all, so I'm happy to, you know, and even if you're not sure, do I prefer the colonial window or the prairie window? Well, I can help you with those decisions, because the exact same South Fork home can look country, it can look colonial, it can look beachy. It just depends on the selections that you make for the house. And that's part of what I do. At America's Home Place, basically what we strive to do is to not only leave with happy clients, we want to make sure that we leave you with raving clients. We want you to love your house so much that you call all your friends and tell them to build one with us as well. So we are going to take care of you through the process and then after as well. We're going to make sure that you're happy and you've told all your friends that everything that we can do for them. So if you guys are seeing things you like, have questions about anything, I'm happy to answer them. It doesn't really matter what stage you are in building. I'm happy to sit down with you. I can do it tonight or any other day. And we can say, hey, how do you want to build this home? What is your journey going to be like? Are you looking to retire here and you maybe want a one-story house because you don't want to be climbing stairs, or you have you've just inherited your nephew and niece and you want an upstairs to stick them up there. Whatever it is your lifestyle entails, I can help you find that.
Our radius for building is basically 1 hour, although we have a few homes that are going to go to about an hour and a half. But we go all the way down to Brunswick, west that way until there's only dirt roads and no zip codes. And then we go north to Beaufort. So Bluffton, Beaufort, Hilton Head, very popular areas. You can write a contract for $500 with us. That is non-refundable because we have to put in, once you pay us the $500, we want to make sure you're committed. Obviously, we don't just want you to give us $500. We want you to tell us you're building a house and move forward. At that point, we move forward with the design and everything else to work with you. So there is money spent on our part. And then if we decide to, if everything gets settled with a mortgage company and we move forward, there's, depending on where your home is located, there may be additional deposit required up to $2,000 so that we can acquire building permits and things like that. But that's all, nothing's set in stone. We work with each individual customer on that, and it's very flexible. The company has a lot of rules for good reasons, but we operate like a down home country builder. That's why that's just the way the owner of the company wants it, and we enjoy working for them.